let's explore the parallel line. These are parallel lines that are straight, but not ruler straight. They're artistic parallel lines. They're only going to be straight as the human hand can draw. As long as they don't actually cross, we're okay. Now the human hand works on an axis, like so. You can go so far and then it's going to tug and want to curve. That's where you need to break the line and start again. If you have to do a very long parallel line, this is the way to go about it. By breaking the line, you don't have to worry about making an attached line and making a little scribble where that happens. It'll look very smooth. Just break it, start again. Make sure that you take that break at a different place each time. There's the artistic parallel line. I can demonstrate this a little better by actually showing you what it'll do. By the way, I use parallel lines for misty areas and especially for backgrounds because it's a little less clear than the line we used before, the contour line. I've sketched out a manor house, and now I'll show you where the parallel lines will come in. The front part is finished. The foreground is a little scribble line. We'll get to that later. For the tree and the shrubs, I want to show that this house is far in the distance, so I'm going to use the parallel line. I have a choice. I can go vertically, horizontally, or diagonally, and I think the easiest for me is diagonal, so that's how we'll do this one. I want to show you where you can use the straight edge. Now if I'm going to go diagonal, I don't want that to change all the way across. It has to be even. So I'm going to make a few marks. And these will be simply guidelines. I never use the straight edge during my ink work because it becomes too perfect and my imperfect parallel lines won't match. Okay, I'm ready to begin. The only thing I have to decide is how dark or how light I want it. The values are allowed to change. The tones are allowed to change. This is a mid-tone, a gray. They're a little bit apart. I may want to go darker or lighter when I get to the windows. With my pencil, I have designated different areas where the value tones will change. I'll skip those for the moment. Oh, there's my first mark. Looks like I'm pretty close and right on, so I'll go ahead and proceed. Parallel lines show a flat area. No matter how the house curves, the lines will be straight, showing that it's flat, it's in the distance. Just like a fog will flatten out your vision, these lines will flatten out this object. This is very repetitious. Good time to have a little music going. Coming up to the next visual marker, if my line was a little slanted to the right or the left, this would be the time to fix it. Very slowly, very subtly, change the angle so that it matches. But not all at once. Any quick mistake fixes and it'll show. So just slowly fix that as it comes up to that line. Now I'll fill in the windows. They're going to be a little darker where the panes are, and around the edge where the manor house actually has white trim, I'll leave it open. The thing to remember is to keep the angle the same. Move the lines a little closer together and it'll give you a little darker tone. You don't need to show a lot of detail. I probably won't even show the bars across the window, the individual window panes, because this is distance. The whole idea is to give the shape without a lot of detail. There may be some light changes if our light is coming from this direction. We'll make the back side of the chimneys slightly darker. Front side a little more open. And just for variety, I'm going to pop over to this tree and fill it in, same angle. Even though it's fluffy and curved, straight lines, same angle. The only variation will be where I can see the sky through, and I'll just leave a little white hole in those areas. Back to the roof. I'm going to change the tone just a little bit for a little variance. A little bit darker. Here's a good place to demonstrate those broken lines again. Changing the angle ever so slightly as I come up on this guideline so that it will match. And there we have a manor house in the distance or in the mist, foreground detailed with texture. The background is a little bit unclear, and notice I didn't do any outline work. That would bring the whole thing forward.